Ooh, I like this map. Yo, this is clean. It's here. It's here. Daddy Altman and the crew at OpenAI have officially launched SearchGPT. I just saw the email for it a day late because I'm really bad at checking my emails. Ooh, I'm a little winded. This video, I want to go over my first impressions with SearchGPT and kind of compare it to how it compares to Google search and to see if it's really the Google search killer. I'm going to try to figure out what are the ranking factors compared to Google. I also just want to see what the user experience is as someone who's about to use it for the very first time. And I just want to do some searches, like different types of searches that someone would do in Google, like navigational searches, informational searches, transactional searches, commercial intent searches. And I want to do all of that in the SearchGPT interface and see how it compares to Google and just have my own first looks and my kind of analysis of it as a marketer and mostly an SEO person who's been doing SEO and content marketing my entire career for almost a decade. So let's get into it. This is ChatGPT. I'm a paid subscriber of it, so I'm using the 4.0 model. And what I got in the email was that the way to do the search in ChatGPT is with this icon right here. So it says search the web. It's interesting. So do I type something in here? Okay, let's actually break this up. Let's start with a navigational search. So this means that somebody might be like trying to say log into their Facebook account or their Amazon account or their Netflix account. They might look up something like, let's say, Facebook login. And then do I press this? Oh. Maybe when I... Okay. What the heck? M-face-book? What is that?
Huh?
What the heck is this? Alright, I feel like my computer is gonna get a virus. Anyways, so this is Facebook login. So to log into your Facebook account, please allow these steps. Okay, so it's still kind of acting like ChatGPT here. What if I did like... I guess ChatGPT is more like a conversational search. So what if I did like how to account? Okay, so it's giving me this link. Right off the bat, this kind of freaks me out, this top Facebook link, but okay, so it looks like it's giving me sources. If I click on this, oh, that's really cool. This Grammarly plugin's in the way. I'm just turn that off. Okay, this is actually really cool. Okay, so it's giving me citations. It's very like blended in and hard to tell. But when I hover over it, I can then tell I can click on it. And I imagine it's whatever it's referring to in here, I can see right here in citations. And then search results is pulling up here. So what did I search? I looked up for here, the Netflix account. Let me click sources. Oh, it's just all Netflix. But if I go back to the Facebook, I just said Facebook login. Let's go ahead and actually go into Google and search this as well. So I'm going to do this like side by side with Google in an incognito window, and I'm just going to look up Facebook login. And of course, right away, we just go straight to the Facebook login page. Side note, apologies if there's background noise. I live in Manhattan and the construction is atrocious. Here is interesting because in Google, when I go to Facebook login, I'm right away just like have all the Facebook links and I can quickly just click on this and log in. What the heck? The Zuck doesn't like me. But this is really interesting how I got this link. I don't know what that is. Somebody in the comments could tell me what that is. I am not educated enough to know. But first of all, I can see that this navigational search is probably not the best for SearchGPT. And again, this is first impressions. I am not the smartest person in the world, So I'm just showing myself using this as like a user, as a marketer. I'm a marketer, so I'm not like a programmer or really techie person, even though I worked in I work with software companies, and I've worked in and lived in Silicon Valley in San Francisco. Yeah. So let's try one more. I'm just gonna look up YouTube. YouTube.com, and it tells me what it is. YouTube is a global video sharing platform, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, again, it's very much informational. So maybe not the best for navigational, at least not this version. I believe this is just, the SearchGPT today is just for premium users that are paying for ChatGPT. But in the future, when it becomes like a free version for the broader public, maybe it's going to change into a different search engine. So far, what I do like is it's actually still the same interface as ChatGPT. So it is very clean and it's not cluttered with ads, but who knows what the future holds for that, if there eventually will be ads in here. Okay, let's do an informational search. And this is one of the searches that I think SearchGPT, or just AI search engines in general, like Perplexity as well, or other ones that come out, are going to replace Google with, are just the informational searches. And I'll explain a little bit on that in a sec. Let's start off with looking up how to make chocolate chip cookies. Okay, that's really cool. I get pictures. Damn, I'm really hungry now. I might go get a cookie after this video. Ingredients. Preheat the oven. Okay, this looks pretty solid. And then again, sources. Oops. If I click here, I can see the Heights, Eat This, Not That, Betty Crocker, Once Upon a Chef. What is this link? Preheat to 375. 375. Okay, so maybe it's pulling from this article. I do wish that it would make it easier to, or more prominent to link out to the article. I know it has like this like anchor text here that you can click on, but I don't know how prominent that is. I guess you don't even need to click out. I do like this feature, but the one thing is like you actually have to click on sources for that to pop up. Whereas I kind of wish that it popped up right away, but I think I understand what they're trying to do and trying to just make the interface super clean from the first like user interaction. But I really do like being able to see all of these options. And I think that's the thing with search, is like the whole idea of Google and why I think Google is great. This is not a video to hate on Google. I'm trying to be as neutral as possible with everything here. But the reason why I like Google is because there's this discoverability aspect of it. And that's what I love about search is I love ChatGPT for specific use cases, but when I'm in the mood to like just discover new things or discover things, I want to have a lot of options with certain things. I want to be able to see clicks, or I want to be able to see links that I can click on. I want to be able to see videos. I want to see images. I just want all the dopamine in my face. Like with ChatGPT, it's very much conversational and a lot of text heavy. Which, for example, for this recipe, I think this is great, actually. If I were to look up the same exact thing in Google, we can see same great pictures that are just so delicious. And one thing I actually want to figure out is like, how the heck is SearchGPT deciding what to actually show here? So, because when I go into Google, I can see this top article right here is from Sally's Baking Addiction. And this looks like a regular, typical vlog, monetizing through just a bunch of display ads, probably some affiliate links somewhere in here as well. Oh, there you go. That's where Sally even mentions it. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. Love to see it. And I can see here that Sally's Baking Addiction is actually way down here. And these are the same art. This is interesting. It says May 12, 2022, May 13, 2022. I'm also really intrigued that it's showing a 2022 article here, given that it's almost 2025. And I thought Google likes fresh content. There's a 2018 one here too. Wow. That's interesting. I've never seen that. A lot of stuff is changing with search. But here I can see the Heights is its number one. So what the heck is this Heights article? This feels like, oh, this is so simple. And the funny thing is this one says 3 heat to 350 degrees. And this one says, where was it? This one says 375. So it's not even pulling its top like information from its top article that it has here. Maybe it is in some of the information, but it feels like it was pulling it mostly from this King Arthur baking article, which I don't even see anywhere on here. Oh, I see it way down here. That is so interesting. Okay, let's try another one. Let's do more like a keyword search. I'm gonna actually do this in Google first. B2B SaaS. My spacebar is kind of broken. B2B SaaS marketing, and I know I rank number 1 for this keyword outside of just these sponsored ads. But let's start doing that in SearchGPT. So B2B SaaS marketing. B2B SaaS marketing involves promoting subscription-based software solutions to offer for businesses. The sector is highly competitive, requiring strategic approaches to effectively reach and engage target audiences. Okay, it's kind of vague, but sure. And right away I'm seeing key strategies, and we're pulling from Ahrefs. So we have an Ahrefs here, B2B SaaS marketing, the Ahrefs guide. Again, Ahrefs. Again, Ahrefs. Grow predictably, WAP, Ahrefs, Crunch marketing. Nothing from Marketer Milk? Damn. Come on, Altman. There we go. The citations are here. So none from what Google is showing. Search results. I'm so curious how it's ranking these search results. We're going to find out in this video. Don't worry. I mean, my guide is way down here. Okay, let's do another one. I know that I rank for best newsletter software. So I'm over here. Used to be number 1. Damn Zapier and Reddit. Okay. Best newsletter software. Okay. Let's see. MailChimp, GetResponse, MailerLite, GetResponse, ConvertKit, Blogging Wizard, ActiveCampaign, Blogging Wizard, Aweber, Aweber, blog. Okay. Again, nothing from me. I'm showing up here in the search results. Interesting. You know what? I'm starting to think, what if this is pulling from Bing? Let's see. So on Bing, let's type in best newsletter platforms. No. Oh wait, these are ads. What the heck? That is such a sneaky move, Bing. I can barely see this. These are ads. That's crazy, actually. Okay. When I looked this up, oh, I looked up software. I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm number 2. Hell yeah. Okay. Still a lot of ads on Google as well. At least it's a little bit more prominent. Bing is a little sneaky here where they're like kind of hiding the fact. All of these are ads. Literally, I guess this is like a featured snippet. Ad. I haven't even seen anything organic. I scroll, another ad. What the heck? And then the first response is mine. Hell yeah. And then Zapier. And then this one, videos, ad. Oh my goodness, Bing. There's like literally 3 organic results with some videos, and then the rest are ads. That's insane. But at the same time, if I'm here number 1, Zapier 2, Luciano, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, is number 3. GetResponse, Blogging Wizard, PC Mag are the top 3 here, and none of those are here. There's mine, which is there's Luciano here, and then there's Zapier down here. That's very interesting. Okay, let's look at another like commercial intent keyword. Let's look up Nike Alpha Fly Alpha Fly shoe review. Okay. I like these images. The Nike Air Zoom Alpha Fly series is a game changer, marathon racing footwear, blah, blah, blah. Key features. It's pretty cool, pretty cool. Running shoes guru. Considerations. Price point, fit and comfort, durability. Some updates and conclusion. Okay, that's pretty cool. I imagine something like this you want to see a video. I wonder if they'll eventually incorporate videos into here. I think that's what Google's edge is that they actually have YouTube, so they can embed all those YouTube videos. Let me look up this same keyword. So Believe in the Run is the first one. And yeah, see, we have videos that I can easily click on and watch. Here we have Gear Lab, Running Shoe Guru, Athletic Shoe Review, Believe in the Run is over here. Okay, so as we could see, like with this type of keyword, there is this really cool thing where it's very much conversational and text heavy based off what that search is, which I guess is kind of like the AI overviews in a way. And I don't see why Google can't implement this easily into their AI overviews. I think what's missing here with SearchGPT is this like discoverability aspect, in that it's there, like they cite things, which is nice. I have this search results section, but I don't have a lot of like content formats or content types that I can consume. There's text, but there's no videos, and especially for something like shoes, I imagine people want to see a video of somebody wearing it or running in it, who has like been there, done that with the product, which I think is where like things like, you know, creators and publishers creating content is still going to be key, even in an AI search world, because people want personal perspectives and they want to read information or consume information, watch information from people who have been there, done that. And AI is like kind of a robot. It's not been there, done that. It's spewing out content based off what's already out there. So it's going to be interesting to see the future of how are publishers incentivized to continue creating content in an AI world. And what I imagine AI is going to morph into is going to be less of its own, like we'll see less hallucinations in that it's like making stuff up, and more that it's relying heavily on content that is very up to date and coming out, which essentially is like not much different than what search is today. Now, one thing I've also noticed is featured snippets. So for example, if I were to search like London weather, I get this little box and I can see right now it's 53 degrees. Whoa. It's 53 degrees Fahrenheit in London, otherwise 12 degrees Celsius. And I have seen images in here, but let's see what it's going to do in SearchGPT. London weather. Oh, wow, that is actually kind of sick. That's really cool. So it is pretty up to date, and they're the same. 53 cloudy, 54 Friday, which is today. Here it says 56. Tomorrow, Saturday, it says 58. Here it says 59. This is like all 1 degree more. Let's see, Thursday it says 60, Thursday here it says 59. I guess this is taking it from weather.com. And this is the most current detail weather. You can visit Met Office and BBC Weather. Interesting. Let's do another one. Let's do New York. Oh, damn. That's scary. 77 in New York. It's oddly warm for November. Let's do this as well. New York weather. Whoa, okay. We get in the same error here. I can click on this drop down. Damn! What's this and right here? This looks kind of aggressive. But this is really cool, this little box. Sunny, 77. Here it says 78. Tomorrow 60. Here it says 63. Again, this is all pulling from weather.com, and this is pulling from National Weather Service. What is that? This website looks like it's straight out of 1999. That's interesting. I mean, it's roughly the same. Here it says 77. Here it says 76. It's about the same thing. But it's interesting how they're pulling from different sources. I wonder what Bing would say. Let's do New York weather. 78. Well, I guess everybody says something different. SearchGPT 76, New York 77, New York 78. What is the weather in New York? Give me something accurate. All right, let's do another transactional search. This time, let's try to look for a flight. I really want to go to Japan. So let's type in cheap flights to Tokyo. I'm going to actually copy this while it does that, and I'm going to search this in Google as well simultaneously. Okay, Google was way faster, but still good. Find affordable flights to Tokyo, New York requires, it's just so much text. One-way flight, Skyscanner. Prices start as low as $393 from New York to Tokyo. Okay, so it knows I'm actually in New York. That's pretty cool. So it's automatically saying this. I guess Google knows it as well too. This is very overwhelming because at the end of the day, search is about intent. Like if somebody's looking up cheap flights to Tokyo, they want to go and buy a flight to Tokyo. And I guess here it's just giving me a lot of information about prices start as low as this, I guess. And you know what I've just realized? I've been treating this very keyword search base, and I think I'm not giving it SearchGPT enough credit. I think it's mostly supposed to be used like a conversation, and maybe that's where SearchGPT wins, is that it's more conversational based, and I can ask follow-up questions. So let's actually do that. Cheap flights to Tokyo. Now, what if I just said, what are the best websites to purchase a ticket for this? Let's see if it just remembers what the previous search was. Yeah, so see, it remembers that I'm talking about New York to Tokyo, so it has that context, which I think is really cool. So consider these sites. Again, how is it pulling these sites? I have a hunch. Okay, so if I click on one of these, not the logo. Click on that. Yeah, okay, so I do wish that the CTAs to click out were a bit more prominent. But I guess I get what they're doing here maybe. How cool would it be if I were to click on this and then it would automatically auto-populate to where I wanted to go, Tokyo? That would be sick. In this case, kayak.com, when I click on this link, it automatically knows that I want to go to Tokyo. I'm actually really curious what the traffic is like for Google and ChatGPT right now. Okay, let's see. 82 billion. We're a tiny bit down from last month, but super consistent. Not much has changed. Wow, you can actually see the difference in the amount of searches Google has over Bing. And Instagram's pretty big. I guess these are visits, not searches. What about ChatGPT? ChatGPT we can see is 3.8 billion, but it's up 18%, which is really interesting, and it's just continuing to rise slightly. So is it as big as Google? Absolutely not. Not even that close, but that doesn't mean that it can't catch up closer, because Google is sort of plateaued and it's been like this for a while, its traffic, and ChatGPT's traffic is slowly starting to rise. And who knows with SearchGPT, if they branch off into a separate website or what happens and they start making it like a default browser. I believe there's now like a Chrome extension for SearchGPT, because if you own the browser, you own the search engine. And if OpenAI can figure out a way to create their own browser or partner up with an existing browser that's already out there, then and then integrate SearchGPT into their browser, then that could be really interesting. Similar to how like I believe Google is like Safari's default browser. I mean, that's why Bing is still being used, because it's people that are like using Internet Explorer. Is that still a thing? I haven't used a PC in a long time. It's also why like so many people use Chrome, and Google is Chrome's default browser. Of course, it makes sense. It's owned by Google. But that's really interesting. Okay, what else? Let's do local searches now, because a big thing about Google that I think is still going to survive in an AI search world is like local searches or for local businesses. So let's look up something like a restaurant on both SearchGPT and on Google. Okay, let's look up best restaurant. Heck yeah, I know how to spell it. For pasta in Greenpoint, NYC. Very specific. Greenpoint, Brooklyn offers several notable restaurants for pasta enthusiasts. Here are some top. Ooh! I like this map. Yo, this is clean. This is so cool. There's not that many restaurants in Greenpoint for pasta, unless these are just the best ones. 8.5 rating, 8.8. It's pulling these from OpenTable, I imagine. Let's see. OpenTable, 4.7. Here it says 8.8. Huh? This is the mathing. 8.4. This one's from a different one. Two Sisters Abroad. Oh, this is actually really cool. It's like a little lifestyle blog with all these display ads everywhere. Forma Pasta Factory, 8.4. Where are you pulling this from? Forma 8.4. I don't see that anywhere in this blog post. I don't know if it's hallucinating and pulling that out of thin air, but let me take this exact same thing. We're going to paste this into Google. Right away we get Yelp. That's interesting that we get Yelp. I thought I would have gotten this map pack first. Maybe Yelp was screaming at Google to bring their traffic back, and Google said okay. Forma Pasta is up there, 4.6. This is probably pulling those ratings from Yelp, I imagine. Where's Forma? 4.6, yeah. What about Naked Dog? 4.5. 4.5. How do people come up with these names? I want to know that. And I'm getting way more options in Google. Now, right now, it's hard to tell if there's a quality over quantity thing, in that like these 4 that SearchGPT are showing me are the actual best ones compared to like over a dozen results, like 20 results probably, that Google is showing me just in this screenshot. And if I move this around, it keeps building on wherever I go. As in here, when I move this around, oh, there's one right here. I guess nothing here. Then again, I did search Greenpoint, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt there. Where'd we go? Where are we? Oh, down here. Sources, again. This is a little bit... Oh, no, never mind. There's a list. Derp. This is cool, though. I do like I like how it gives me options, but it's a little bit less than what Google is giving me. It might be a little bit information overload here. I do like this. If I know, like if I asked a local, which I guess I am at this point, although I've embarrassingly enough have not gone to a lot of restaurants. I mostly cook. I've been to a lot of restaurants, just not in Greenpoint, that many. And I wouldn't know if these are actually really good or not. And I guess like best restaurant is such a subjective thing. So it's hard to tell like what it's basing off the best, but I guess I could say that about Google as well. I guess it's off all of these user generated reviews, but that's pretty cool. Like I don't want to dive too deep into all the nitty gritty of this. This is just like a first look video. So far, which one do I think is better in this case? Honestly, I do like the SearchGPT interface and how clean this is, but I'm a little skeptical of like why it chose these, because it's only giving me 5 options here, whereas there's a ton of options out there. At the same time, none of these are ranked by the number of rankings. Kind of. I mean, there's an 8.8 here with 179 reviews. That's way down here. I guess it's closed, but so is the first one. And the first one has a lower review, lower ratings. So why is this number 1? Who knows? It's very interesting to see that each of these has it's a separate different citation. I mean, TripAdvisor is showing 2 of these, but this one's pulling from OpenTable. This one's pulling from like a niche blog, and this one's pulling from the actual website of this restaurant, which is pretty cool. But then again, what are these reviews? Is it from Eater? We don't know. Okay, let's do one more. Let's make it a little bit more tricky. Let's say, what cafes are open in NYC past 7 p.m.? Let's see if we can get really specific here. And I'm gonna, as it's figuring that out, I'm gonna ask Google the exact same question. Let's look at the SearchGPT first. Actually, let's look at Google first because it's more familiar right now. Open till 8, till 7:30, barely making it. Oh, I didn't want to go to another screen. 8. Let's actually see. Let me make it harder. Let me say past 8 p.m. And let me change this actually again to past 8 p.m. Again, this is all on the fly, so I've not rehearsed for this video or anything. Okay, 9 p.m. Wolf Forest Cafe. Damn, it's got pretty good reviews. The Uncommons. 12 a.m. Cool. Okay, let's go back to this list option. Interesting. Wolf Forest Cafe is down here in FiDi in Financial District. I'm not seeing it show up here. We got a few cafes until 8 p.m. until 7. Ooh, but I asked until 8. And it said these are open past 8 p.m. And this says open until 7 p.m. Why are you showing me that? This one says until 8 p.m. This one says until 8 p.m. Oh, come on. I really want to love SearchGPT right now, but it's making me not trust it. Then again, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. What I'm trying to figure out is like, why would somebody use this over Google, or is there use cases for different ones? Personally, I believe there's different use cases for SearchGPT and Google. And what I think is going to happen is a lot of the top of funnel informational searches somebody does will probably happen in some sort of AI search or chatbot like SearchGPT. But if someone's not satisfied with their answer, then they're probably going to look to click on a link, or they might go to Google and search that. But I do think like when people are looking for more like, say, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, and I'm speaking from a content marketing perspective type of keyword, let's say something like WordPress alternatives. I spelled that wrong. Alternatives, which is a very like bottom of funnel. Somebody's searching, like their intent is really high to find an alternative. And we can see things like Wix from TechRadar, Elegant Themes, Webflow, Joomla from ClickUp. It's interesting. Some of these are like, if I wanted to just check out Wix, like I understand it's giving me the TechRadar link because it's citing Wix from there. But what if I just want to go to Wix? I mean, I imagine depending on when you're watching this, they're probably going to update this stuff. Like maybe I can actually click on the word Wix and it's a link that goes out to the site, or Squarespace. Like these are all just citations except for Webflow, which is, again, it's actually a Webflow article, like blog posts. Joomla, Drupal, Ghost. Okay. I guess these are all right. I wouldn't say these are the best WordPress alternatives because it depends on what you're looking for. WordPress is very much like a CMS driven. So I would imagine the top WordPress alternatives are probably something like a Webflow or a Ghost, which are very CMS driven. And like Shopify, probably not. Squarespace and Wix are more like, I think it's a different type of audience is looking for to build a website on there. It's more broad, more like portfolios or like very simple beginner sites. So I don't know if these are the best WordPress alternatives. But then again, the AI overview is saying the same thing. Wix, Squarespace, Shopify. Wix, Squarespace, Shopify. Then Drupal, Weebly, Webflow. Then Webflow. Then Drupal here. Very similar in what's coming up. And we have like the featured snippet box here. Tons of ads. And Reddit. Forbes. Of course. What's this article here? Drupal. I would say that's more CMS focused. Yeah. This is honestly, I think the best WordPress alternative based off the feature stack is Webflow. I'm not saying that because I used to work there. And I think this is the issue with just content on the internet in general, is that it's so hard to find what's true. And I think that's why Reddit has grown so much, because people tend to search stuff in Google and then type Reddit at the very end of it because they want like real human experience that's not biased, that's not like, there's some incentive. A lot of these listicle articles, they're incentivized by affiliates. So whichever affiliate program of each software they're promoting that's going to give them the most commissions, they're going to put that as the number one option. Or there's like some sort of sponsorship deal going in the background, like a rank and rent kind of thing, where a website ranks for a certain keyword and then rents out different positions to different software companies that want the number one spot. I know this because I worked in marketing. I mean, I still do. And I also run a website that does rank for a lot of keywords and listicle type articles. And I get approached all the time. I probably get like at least like 5 to 8 emails a day of people asking me how to get into listicles and how much I charge. And I don't really respond much to them because I don't roll like that. I don't like being biased over just money. And if there are any affiliate links that I ever do promote, it's because I actually like the product. A lot of times I'll end up reaching out to companies and asking them if they have affiliate programs, just because I want to I'm already promoting their products. So I'm trying to see if I can maximize any sort of gains to my media company. Let's be honest here. But at the same time, it's always me just trying to be honest and not be biased because of money. It's always my own opinion first, and then if there's money attached to it, then that's great. If not, that's okay. Number one thing is always being just honest and having true opinions based on what you think is actually going to be helpful for people. Okay, we're getting off topic, but that's pretty much it. That's kind of the first view and the first look of SearchGPT. Let me talk about the ranking factors because I think I figured it out. So if I go back to the B2B SaaS marketing keyword that I searched earlier, I saw that I'm also using a tool called Key Search here, but I saw that there were a bunch of different articles that were showing up before my article that I actually ranked number one in Google for, which this tool, Key Search, is a very affordable keyword research tool that's showing me, what is showing on the first page of Google, what the domain authority of each site is. And what I've noticed is even though I'm number one, I have a decent domain authority, but definitely not the strongest by any means, especially in the software space. And if I can see some of the sites that come here, this is from Crunch Marketing. And if I look up Crunch Marketing in Key Search, it is a little bit slow. I can see that Crunch Marketing has a domain authority of 31. Same thing if I go and look at Evenbound, not Eventbound. I can see that they have a domain authority of 33. And so One thing I've noticed is the ranking factor in what SearchGPT currently is showing as the top, like what's the order and what it's showing in its search results, is based off of domain authority. And domain authority is mostly based off of backlinks, which is normal. Like it's a great ranking signal because it's also how Google is built, how Google's PageRank algorithm is designed. It's based off of external websites that link to your website and your authority. And obviously the relevancy of those backlinks matters a lot as well. But a lot of times for Google and just search in general, the hardest things to manipulate are the most important ranking factors, and backlinks are the number one thing that are hard to manipulate, at least quality backlinks that are relevant. I'm not talking about spammy stuff and PBNs and stuff like that. Quality white hat backlinks that actually make sense are very hard to like just manipulate and just pull out of thin air. So it makes sense. The other thing I'm noticing is that typical things like the on-page SEO matters, like is a main keyword, in this case B2B SaaS marketing. It's showing up in all of these different title tags. So again, having it in your URL, having it in the main like title tag, the main H1 on that page is super important. That's very simple to how Google works. And I'm going to have more information on the top ranking factors I'm seeing with SearchGPT. There might be a blog post in the description you can check out on that. But I think that SearchGPT is not going to crush Google, at least my first impressions and how I'm viewing this. I really want to be bullish on SearchGPT in that I think the way SearchGPT is, it's like ChatGPT where it's very conversational. And I think where it beats Google is its ability to have a conversation and contextual information based off of previous searches. So I can ask follow-up questions, for example, when we're looking at flights for Tokyo. Whereas in Google right now, today, I can't really do that. Every search is like something new. So I think that's where SearchGPT wins. If you're trying to go through like a search process and you're asking a bunch of follow-up questions. But at the same time, it's, as you saw, a little bit hard to trust still in the very small details. And I think that's maybe just with AI in general, not just SearchGPT, but I mean, we've seen with Google's AI overviews how sometimes it says things that are wrong and it just starts to hallucinate. And I think that's where we have to be a little bit careful and where people might be a little skeptical on using AI fully to search nuanced things around like specific knowledge. And I think that's where, you know, Google still shines, is that its ability to show a lot of results and different options and have this discoverability aspect. And hopefully over time, the algorithm gets better to really reward creators with specific knowledge that are creating content. And yeah, that's just the first look of what I am experiencing with SearchGPT. I give it a score of 3.8 out of 5 right now. Could it get better as I use it more? Will that change? I'm pretty sure that score will change. But that's what the review is right now. All right, that's it. Subscribe to my marketing newsletter. It's free. Over 16,000 marketers from top leading companies are subscribed to it. It goes out every week. And then I also have some other resources for content marketing if you work in B2B SaaS or work with media sites if you want to check out. All right, peace.